Oh, there's Scott. Look. Well, not the night I hoped. Not the night I hoped. And it wasn't a horrible night, I guess. Scotty jinxed me. Said the horse would win the 14th. Didn't happen. Maybe you should have driven the horse in the 14th.
Well, I just wanted to go to the winner's circle.
Well, you should have drove the horse then, maybe.
Yeah.
Where was your suit?
Yeah.
It could have been a late driver change. I would have been happy to sit where you were.
I was cheering for you, and only you.
Yeah, see, it really worked.
Yeah.
So tonight at the track, we had Mo Power Baby, and Scotty had ridiculed me for getting beat in a stretch drive with Mo, but I told him, Mo is getting better every week, and you know what? Yeah, I wanted to, hit her a swat halfway down the lane, but she's getting better. She's behaving herself, and she finished second in 57 tonight, but I thought she raced okay. Should she have won? Yeah, I felt she probably should have won, but she will. She's getting better. That's only like her 12th lifetime start. She's only missed the top 3 twice this year, and that was when she went to Indiana.
I was just looking at that she was a heavy favorite. That's why.
Oh, well, I don't know if you pay much attention, but because of the people out there watching this video, we send a lot of heavy favorites out onto the track. I mean, you guys are sick, that's all. We have some of you out there are wagering on our horses. Mo Power Baby, I thought could have been like 2-3 to 1, and Hakati coming off 2 flat lines, really 8 to 5 seemed to be an overbet. Now, for our astute wagers out there, the last time he come off a week layoff, he run off the screen, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. And honestly, I thought he felt good tonight. He is coming in a little flat. I'm just put in a position where I got to be first over or not move, and we did come here to race, right? You really would have made fun of me had I come off the track after getting locked in when you're standing up there on the phone.
No, well, see, I would have got locked in. I would have got locked in. I would have said, you know what, Anthony, this horse will jog next week.
And I would have punched you right in the head, right there, right on the tarmac of the paddock. I would have assaulted
That's right.
Yeah. Nah, Cody's had a pretty decent year. I can't tell if he's getting a little tired or he doesn't like first over. And here's the thing. I like Hakati because he is what he is. A little bit of a coward. I know a lot of people out there love him and they're not going to like me saying that. If you've ever seen him first over, he'll attack. I said this to Scott, if I clear down the backstretch, he would have won wrapped up by 3 lengths. But because he had to tussle for an extended period of time, he wasn't all that impressed with the racing tonight at Northfield Park. And I didn't love being in that spot. I kind of second-guessed myself. I told Scott I thought I should have pushed through and maybe rolled the dice on the front end or the 2-hole with him. But getting away in the 4-hole, I knew that Aaron would be coming early. I knew there was a chance I'd be first over. I took as long as I could to move him. It just was the way the trip worked out. And I had two shots. Stay in or move the horse. And as you so politely said, and you've known me a long time, there was never a time on planet Earth when I would ever stay in. That's why I'm Anthony McDonald, and you're Scott Zero.
That's right. I would have finished 4th. Maybe the owners would have been mad that I was loaded.
The owners would have been mad because you're looking at one of them right here. I would have been, he's good next week. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. Thank you for your appointment tonight. I really like it. So, now a 2-year-old maybe. No. But Stonebridge Academy, condition claimer, raced all year. Yeah, now granted, he is coming off the virus. He is off a week. So there's merit in what you're saying. But I just don't foresee either maybe out of 10 races, I might have stayed in twice. Right. But again, that's why I'm me and you're you.
That's right. Well, nobody made any money.
That's correct. The 5 in front of me made money. Yeah. I appreciate you pointing that out also. What else went on today? So Scotty is here. I appreciate you coming down, even though not so much right now, but later on and before now, this conversation, and later on, after I, cool down a little bit inside, then
that's right.
I'll be back to appreciation. It takes a lot. You must have 0 on the go.
No, I have to go to Yonkers tomorrow night, and I'm probably going to miss the first. Hopefully not miss the second, because the second is fly fishing.
Yeah, she raced pretty good last week.
She was surprisingly good.
No, she shouldn't have surprised you because I told you. Whenever I ever steered you wrong, whenever I ever flat out lied to you and I was completely incorrect.
Her lines are what I believed, and the lines looked horrible.
But why wouldn't you just listen to me?
Because the data was showing she was not good.
But I trumped the data. Right. When I say Scotty, she's okay. She's ready to go. London's so hard to read. You look at London. London's always, once in a while you have a spot where they're fast miles, but that mile in London wasn't a bad mile. And the 2 races at Mohawk, she was a little, I meant to ask you, did Megan have any work done to her?
Fly fishing? No.
Yeah. Really? No.
And she was running in really bad, but then I could see why.
You had the head pull on the outside.
Yeah, but I could see why she's rigged up the way she is. So
a little rolly in the straights.
Yeah.
She never had the head pole on the outside, by the way. If the head pole was placed on the outside by accident, she wears it on the inside.
Yeah, I can't remember. She might not have had anything, and it was just trial and error and see how she was. But
that's the right answer.
You could trust her. She was okay.
No, she's good that way. Yeah.
And every time I asked her, she went. And I just think we found the right class, and maybe not rush to get her out of that one. But
no,
she may have to win by default tomorrow. That's how bad they are.
Yeah, and you know what? There's nothing. And here's the thing: the same with Cutie Cumber, right? A lot of the good news is a lot of the fillies we bought have a lot of breeding behind them, right? Like Five Fish Species, full sister, we sold for $80,000 last year. Now she's not Bomb Hugger, obviously, but a full sister to Bomb Hugger. And Cutie Cumber is that there's already been 2 farms call us to buy Cutie Cumber before the season started, and then Horn Player, who you missed back there, that's Alarm Detector sister, and that's I guess the default when you're buying those types of horses is there is an out, right? And that isn't always the case. It isn't. This industry is not very forgiving in the sense that, you know, you buy a horse and somebody says, but if all else goes wrong, you still have an out. Usually you don't in this game. So
you see him looking over at me. He's the one driving the car. I'm looking to make sure we don't crash here.
Scotty, straight, it's just straight.
You don't have to look at me.
Yellow line on the left, white line on the right. What else? So Five Fish Species. Who else is there? Cutie Cumber, Racing Good. You like Cutie Cumber Race Good. Sorry, I meant to say Tactical Mounts. So Tactical Mounts has been very good.
Yeah, Mounts is in on Monday.
I have to tell everybody, you know, what you say to me, and then sometimes it's lost in translation, and I end up paraphrasing.
Yes.
You like the filly, right?
Yeah, she's very good. It's just Jersey Sire Stakes. There's no
tough.
It's just they're just monsters, and she's good. She's handy. She can leave a little bit, but she also can leave to get parked the whole mile when you're in against those horses.
But I think she's a type of filly. I'd rather her not leaving her because she could turn into a real runaway. She was bad. When she was 2, she was bad. She wore a snake cord, and you really had to watch her. Do you guys still wear the cord on her?
Yeah, because the first start I drove her, I called you, and I was on front, luckily, and I said, I don't know if I can hold her. She was out of her mind.
She'll let you see Sarla.
Yeah, and watch it. And
it's a curb that's been there for a while. It's been there for a while, but
and then she just got a tiny bit rolly down at the late in that mile on me. But
she did, yeah.
But she raced sensational, so I know the speed's there, and the 53, the 52 is easily there. She's just built for it, right?
Yeah. I think when her muscles catch up to the speed, you know, she's got raw talent, but when she actually is built like a 52 trotter, she's going to be a monster. I think at that point, that might take a little time too. Who else do we got there? It's a pretty nice little area, hey?
Yeah,
right down here. At home? Oh yeah, you want to go to McDonald's? There's McDonald's right there.
We gotta eat something, yeah.
Well, no, when you were at the airport and you couldn't make your flight, I actually did that reservation that we had. I took them up on it actually, and went and had something to eat with Dr. Latessa. So I'm full.
Oh, okay.
But I could see, you know, you don't got a lot of meat in your bones anyway.
We could get some
maybe a pack of Skittles or something would really probably do you good.
Oh, you better
hit that curve.
Yeah, you better back up.
Please. That's what I'm doing here. So we got Tactical Mounts. Yeah. What else do we got?
Crantini.
Oh, we're not going to talk about
No, we don't need to talk about Crantini.
You know, I argue with James all the time about the horses. Not all the time. James is weird because, and not weird in a bad way. It's weird because the only way James ever trained a horse is the way that I taught him, because he never worked anywhere. But James is always much quieter with them. And, you know, when it came to Crantini, I know when you guys got him, he was a bit of a renegade, a lunatic, as you were.
Yeah, I think part of that's your doing. Some of it's bred into him, but I think
I think when you look at him, he's always been that way. But when I sent him there, I was happy with the way he was. But that's the way I liked him.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I have to tell everybody. You laugh, but that's what I have to tell everybody is that just because I like a horse a certain way doesn't mean that Scott Zeron's going to, or James McDonald is going to, or Mark McDonald is going to, or anybody is going to. It's my personal preference. I didn't mind the horse like that, but again, I didn't take him to the Poconos or the Meadows. I got to take him down to Mohawk.
Yeah.
And anyway, we all know, and I know I told everybody the other day, everybody can be upset and say, oh, did you try this? And did you try that? And did you try this? We've tried almost everything. At the end of the day, there are going to be times when we're all just going to have to bite our lip, curse under our breath, and say, I guess next week.
Yeah. You got to understand it's probably going to be roughly a 50% break rate with Grantini.
50 might be high.
50 is probably going to be standard.
See what Scotty's doing right now is what he's saying is 50. So anything below 50, you're like, Scotty, he's a fantastic driver.
That's right.
Me, I would say like 10%. I'd be like, Anthony was way wrong.
10%
like,
break rate. Wow.
I'm 20. I was going to say 20. Let's see, I was making a point.
Yeah.
I think 50 is way too high. You've already kept it. It's been 33% right now. So you think it's going to get worse from here on in?
Well, we thought we had him in a nice rhythm.
But
and
you're
then,
not going to get him in.
He does
But that's because he's scared. And I'll tell you, Megan might be right. He might have been a little sick. He strikes me as a horse that if everything isn't perfect, I have a brother, okay? And if everything... McDonald's is not open.
I gotta eat.
Hold on. There's got to be something around here. That's the one thing, everybody knows I like Ohio. That's the one thing about Ohio. It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. Where are we going to go? Wendy's. We went right by a Wendy's. The Wendy's might have been open. We'll check. So Scotty, we're hunting for some food right now. Looking for some food for Scotty and talking about the horses. We got to Crantini. We're only going to brush on Crantini. We don't want to brush on it too much.
Well, Megan picked up something with Crantini. I didn't.
Yeah, going the right way of the track.
She said he seems like he's better when you don't turn him. And so that's what I did 2 races in a row, was just go the right way of the track, kept his momentum, his rhythm, everything.
And actually, hold on. Inadvertently, I did the same thing at Mohawk. Because when I went on the track to school and qualify him, I went the right way with him. I didn't turn him around either. Yeah. Now that you say that,
interesting.
I did the same thing also.
Because he couldn't have post-braided any better.
Because the schooler, right? I went out last. The schooler was going out there. I just went out, followed right up in behind the gate.
Right.
Chick-fil-A. I know you're eyeing it up, but it's not open.
I know.
You might be lucky with McDonald's. There's a McDonald's and an Arby's down here. We'll see.
But anyway, the good one was the one we won with, the
Spitfire. And James was right, eh?
Yeah.
I told everybody that you didn't think he was a very good horse when he trained.
No, he's just not flashy.
He's always been that meat and potatoes feel with maybe a little extra gear to him.
Yeah. He's big and strong, so
he makes you look like he's a slob, but he can actually rock.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how he was.
Yeah. But he put up a big fight the other day.
He's been a fighter. That's the one thing. James always, I might make fun of James, but it doesn't mean he's stupid. And he said that this was the best one. Now, I was wrong. I said it was Brace, and we actually castrated Brace for landing today. It bothered me a lot to do this, but I think ultimately it was necessary. You might be lucky here.
You think that's why he was pacing on you?
No, he's skinny. He's skinny. Skinny as hell, getting a little hot. But I think here's the funny thing. Here's the thing that actually changed my mind. That horse was trotting awesome. In the last 3 weeks, he just wasn't acting right. Not lame in any way, just not acting right. And Amy said the last 3 weeks, he was really rude going to the paddock. He was kicking the walls in the stall. He was just being ignorant. And I think it was actually his attitude. Yeah. Because I wouldn't believe it, but if she hadn't said, the last 3 weeks this horse has been really ignorant, really rude. The last 3 weeks are the only 3 times I've seen him get really pacey and bad. At 2, he was just a baby. I don't want to break your heart, but I didn't see anybody inside the building.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
We'll see.
Do you just have nothing in your fridge at all? Nothing at all?
Yeah, there's some stuff there, but I mean, chips. Oh, actually, we bought some fruit and stuff. What's that, ma'am? Excuse me? Is this a prank? Hello? She said
we only have nuggets and fries.
You only have nuggets and fries?
That's perfect.
Yes.
That'll work perfect.
Those would be nice.
But we only taking cards only.
That's okay. Perfect too. Okay. You're running out of reasons not to sell me food.
Just give
all right, I'll just meet you at the window, all right?
Wait, what you want for that?
Nuggets and fries. How's that? That's all you said you had.
You want a 10-piece and a medium fry?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Do you want a drink?
Want a drink?
Yeah, a Sprite.
A Sprite?
Medium,
Who the hell orders
Sprite?
Who orders a Sprite? What are you, like 9?
What would you order? A water from Wendy's?
No, but I have water at home. I can't believe they offer us. We only got nuggets and fries. Why don't you just say we're closed and eat the nuggets yourself?
You know, these have been sitting there ice cold for a while.
Hey.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I got this one.
This doesn't count as buying dinner.
This video's still on. Okay. Here you go,
We
dude.
close in like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect, dear. We close in like 10 minutes. I didn't get to talk to you guys yet. This is a lot. You guys are getting a lot. This is a lot of bonus video right here. Thank you. It's for the Sprite.
Megan will like it.
Megan will like it. So we didn't talk about the horses that trained today. We did have 7 schoolers. Now 6 of them are babies. We schooled Swinging Senorita just to keep her a little tight. She was really good. I know you probably don't follow her.
No.
She's made like 240. She's a nice filly. She was the one that won the big race at the start last year. You saw me win the
Ohio bred?
Next Generation.
Oh,
with
yeah,
her.
when you went to slow second quarter.
Why can't you just say, yeah, you
Well,
drove
it
her
was
good?
the infamous race of the slow second quarter.
Why wouldn't you just say, yeah, you drove that filly good? Why would you just throw the slow second quarter out there?
It was borderline dangerous slow second quarter.
Please. It's a TSN turning point, bud.
Yeah.
So, Swinging Senorita 2-4. She was good. Just a little tightener for her. Now, let me see if I can get this right. Now, Jason's filly went, so that's 1. The other 5 were our horses. I'll tell you the biggest news of the day was Chirahola trained good. Now, she made a little break in the last turn, but we had changed a bunch of equipment at the last second, and I put a set of belly band hobbles on it. They were just too long.
So
And
that's your definition of training good. She made a break.
trained. Now you got to understand. You got to understand the backstory here. This filly has been very ordinary, and Joel is going to be laughing watching this. One of our clients. She was the most expensive trotting filly we bought last year in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was 50-some thousand, and she really hasn't exhibited much talent to the point where it's just Buckeye Fair, whatever. So today we took all the gear off her, just put bandages on her behind, instead of let her head down, and put a set of belly band trotting hobbles on her. But we were in a rush because they were schooling. Gate was on the track. So I just said, throw those belly band hobbles on her. And I'm going out the door. I'm like, they're way too long. But I'm like, yeah, it's too late now. So we went with her. I just lost her in the last turn, but I was gonna win the schooler with her in 2-3. She still won a mile in 2-5, which was good for her. So I thought she was really good. Scott's not. See, that's that.
Progress, not perfection, right?
Yeah, so Scott's like, oh, yeah, great. He trained his 2-year-old filly in 2-5. Yeah. He doesn't realize it's time. And the one thing, what I also like about around here, a good fair horse will make $20,000, $25,000, no problem. And then you get to go to the fairs and eat the corn on the cob.
Yeah, you like that stuff.
I love the fairs. You never got to
Funnel
experience.
cakes. I like funnel cakes.
No, I'm not a funnel cake guy. I'm not. My daughter is, but I'm not. I like the corn on the cob, and at the
Like deep fried Oreos.
yeah, you got to watch those. But yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
And then at the one fair here in Canton, they have a noodle stand. It's like a giant wok, and just the big fat noodles. Oh my God, they're good. Anyway, my wife doesn't like them, probably for the same reason you wouldn't like them. But myself, growing up in Belleville, like growing up in Charlottetown, but racing in Belleville where my roots were, you'll never race at a more dangerous facility than Quinty Exhibition Raceway in Belleville, Ontario. And that's where I got to drive. So I like the fairs. Yes, there may be a component of danger when it comes to the fairs.
I will never drive in the fairs.
Yeah, and you don't. Yeah. That's not shocking. I enjoy the fairs. I enjoy the fair atmosphere.
You're fearless.
Well, I don't know about that. There's this fine line between fearless and stupid.
Yeah, you push the limits.
Yes. So, but I do enjoy racing at the fairs. So, back to Chirahola. She made a break and still got my top star of the day because she's improved so much. What I liked about her, and this is the one thing people don't generally pay attention to, when they come off the track, are they blowing? How quickly do they recover? And she's always seemed like she was always winded. Didn't matter whether you went 30, 20. Today, come off the track, couldn't blow a match out. Here they get the smoke in the air. Everybody's trying to, everybody's worried about asthma. This filly goes out and trains pretty good. Couldn't blow a match out, and that means we got her going in the right direction. That is important for Chirahola. She is what she is, but she is getting better, I guess. So in your little
next one.
In your little clever quip where you said progress, yeah, you're right, progress.
Right.
So next one, well, Arson went. I'll tell you right now, I asked Scotty to go to Oak Grove. He declined. So the Walner Colt trained great, Arson trained great, and Militant trained great. All 3 of those horses were good. John McDonald's going to drive Militant. If I had known they'd get in together, and it never dawned on me there would be 7 horses entered in Kentucky. But here we are.
Nobody's ready early, that's why. Just you.
Well, you look at all the qualifiers already, but nobody wants to ship to Kentucky. That's the beauty about way down in Kentucky is those guys have fair horses, but they're not going to go to Oak Grove to race in the Sire Stakes. And then the guys that have Kentucky eligible horses, they don't want to ship their horses all the way down.
Well, see, you've put your killers in those races. People wouldn't put their killers in those races.
I think you're right, and I was torn because killers, you're right? I think that those are two of our better horses.
Probably one of the best in the country right now.
He might be, yeah. But so my answer to that is, why wouldn't we race him where it's a little cheaper right now? And that's, I apologize if you're one of the people that had one of your horses in that race. I'm certainly not, saying that the horses are no good. But as you cleverly pointed out, they're not the killers. No. So I think it could be a good place for him to learn. I want to keep that colt in Kentucky.
Not on the front end, yeah.
Do you see how he said that? Yeah. And then you looked at me like...
Because you're going to be 1-9 with the best, by far the best horse in the race.
And
you're going to take the easy out. Easy out's right on the hammer.
No, not with that guy. Not with that guy. Right. And I'll tell you why.
I'll watch.
Normally, you would be probably close to right. Militant will probably be on the front. He was great today training. But the Walner colt, as we all know, I want to make sure that colt is not hot and doesn't start to bleed. Right? Because we've had a couple that have in the past. So, protect with him. And we should be able to in a small field anyway. And then what I like about it, it's 2 weeks to the next one. And then, again...
So it's a second qualifier for $25,000.
Thank you, Scott. I knew you'd find the silver lining.
Treat it like that, though.
Do you want to go to... you can go drive him in the final, probably, because I think I have to go to Saturday if you want. Okay. We'll see. So that's our boy... Pickpocket. Arson was great today. Jason Merriman went with him. He was very good. Militant was very good. Swinging Senorita was very, very good. And Cherahola. Thank you, dear. Cherahola was very good also. So that's our schoolers, our qualifiers. You get to talk with Scott. There was some backhanded compliments there. I don't know if you missed that. If you want to rewind the video a little bit, you can catch up on that. You were waiting to see. I thought you were waiting to see. It says no exit. Yeah, it was good. I was waiting to see. You were waiting. I thought you were trying to trap me there and say, "Oh, just Anthony again, not listening to the rules." But you would have went through that.
I would have went through that.
Wow, it's a first for you. So that is us talking about today. Talking about some of the horses we talked about. Everybody, right? Tactile Mounds, Cute and Cumber, 5 fish species,
and then Megan just got the other trotter.
Which one? Oh, he looks like money.
Looks like money.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll like him. I know. I'll tell everybody. I'll tell you right now. Do you know how much Harry Poulton liked that horse? You don't know Harry very well.
No.
But Harry is borderline reclusive. Like, he doesn't even go to the racetrack at night to the races, ever. And I wanted to be polite, so I had said to Harry, do you want to go to New Jersey with Looks Like Money? Feel free if you want to just go on the road, And he actually thought about it for a good week. And then finally said to me the other day, nah, just send the horse down to whoever. And he was asking, obviously he wanted to know who I was going to send the horse to. And I said, I'll just send the horse to Megan. Yeah, that'll be fine. But he literally thought about going to New Jersey for 5 weeks with that horse. That's how much he likes Looks Like Money.
I hope he's better than he was last week.
Well, that was his first start of the year last week, and he tried at 51-4.
Yeah, that's pretty
right. They qualified him 55, 53-4, and then got in against
Dexter won that one.
Dexter won that one with the Freak, and he was fourth. And
a good fourth.
Yes, typical. A fourth like you would be. You and James are a lot alike in that regard. Stayed in, wouldn't move him in the last turn, and then wouldn't grease Todd McCarthy to get out of the 2-hole down the lane. Waited to try and get up the inside, and then beat 3/4 of a length.
That's me.
That was so you. In a sense, you drove the horse last week. You were fourth. You were fourth, beat 3/4 of a length in it.
Yeah.
So,
God, I tell you what, Louis had some bad words about you.
No, just on text. Yeah. No, and I don't think Louis was that mad at me, because ultimately I was as truthful as I could be. I just said, listen, I'm going to use my brother, and that's that. And I don't feel bad about that. If you were my brother, you'd be driving all the horses, and that's the way it was. And Louis is a good guy, a little bit of an odd duck, not your typical horse guy.
Frenchman.
No, but not your typical horse guy. And I like Louis. I think he's a nice guy. And he was honest and he was angry. There's nothing wrong with having a little passion in this game. Right? And I got to qualify that horse on Friday, actually, when we're talking about thanking Louis. Like that?
Anyway, it looks like money's in to qualify Saturday, Meadowlands.
Yeah, with all the smoke, I hope it clears by then. You said it's supposed to rain?
Yeah, smoke's really bad in New York, really bad.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
I was telling everybody it's not that bad here. And Amy said it's horrible in Ontario. I could smell it. yesterday in Guelph, but and when we were at the baseball game, I could smell it and see it in the air. That was Waterloo. So it is everywhere, but it's really bad in New York. It's so bad.
Well, they've already canceled a couple racetracks there, so if Yonkers
rush.
cancels, then the fly fishing or whatever that one's name will not race.
It's not fly fishing. It's five fish species.
That one.
Yeah, sure, that one. Horse.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It'll give you a chance to buy me dinner or some lunch or something. Anyway, that's Scotty. He's here tonight. Here tomorrow for the babies, and I do appreciate you coming, all jokes aside. And hopefully we have a good summer with all the horses. And I know you're actually here as a spy. You want to see which ones are good and which ones are maybe aren't who you're looking for.
Well, that's why I'm not on the Ohio horses tomorrow.
Well, you are on Venice Blue Chip. For those of you looking at the entries, I've made a change, and Scott Zeron is driving Venice Blue Chip. I would have put you on Fancy Lake, but once in a while she'll jump stuff. And I don't want to turn into a Seabiscuit moment where Scott Zeron came to qualify on that horse. Do you remember that when the guy went and qualified?
Yes, I do.
And then he get drugged behind the horse?
We don't need to talk about it.
No, you don't want Scott drugged behind the horse and then be like, Scott Zeron broke his leg and snapped it off.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No.
Especially after the wrist. How's your wrist, by the way?
Very good.
Is it? Yeah,
very good.
In hindsight, do you think that maybe you milked it a little long?
I milked it to the extent of the doctor's orders.
But that isn't what I asked you.
Yeah.
In hindsight, do you think maybe?
Well, when I have to come back, I don't come back to just move everything first up like you do.
Well,
I need to
I can't help
maneuver
that.
and keep them buried.
That isn't what I was
race
saying.
for six figures, and
But that isn't what I was saying. Do you think that maybe?
Maybe I could come back earlier, but not.
I think it's in your head. You guys see it now, right? He knows. He knows. Anyway, that is Scott Zeron. He's here tonight. We are going to qualify all the babies tomorrow. He's going to head back to Yonkers for 5 fish species. I'm going to head back to Ontario to hang out with Ollie. Ollie's been playing great in baseball, but he struck out 3 times tonight. Was not happy. Was not happy with his play. And him and I are going to work on that over the weekend and come back here. I think Friday night. I'm everywhere. I can book this ticket to Oak Grove for Monday. Scotty was nice enough. He actually helped me book my ticket for Oak Grove. I'm going to get that done right now. So with that, the banter is over. We are leaving now and heading. I'm going to go to bed, and we'll be up tomorrow. Scotty is awful worried we're going to get to the barn too early. So 9 o'clock should be lots, no?
Well, I don't know why we got to go that early, though.
What do you want to do? Go play 18? Like, what do you want me to do in the morning?
I did ask Ronnie Wren if he would go golfing tomorrow morning, and he said he can't.
He's a lot like you. He's a bit of a weirdo. He might be working on a 67 Chev or building a deck or chopping down an old tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
See, what about the big burly beard on him? I make fun of it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a gift.
He was leaving. He was leaving with rocks in his beard. I said, "Hey, don't forget to brush your beard when you get home. There, you get some rocks in your face." All right, take care, everybody. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. A huge, obviously, a massive video coming your way tomorrow. 22 horses in to qualify, and I'll have lots of time to talk about it on the way home. Take care.